What's up, guys? I got a challenge for you guys that we're gonna be testing every single person in our community. Obviously, if somebody else from outside the community wants to do it, we definitely encourage you to do it. For us here at Spire, like the most important thing is looking at all our metrics. So how are we improving over time? Now, there's so many variables. It could be, how's your mind doing or whatever. But typically, we are looking at, if I deadlifted this before, then I've improved on this. Or if I bench press this, I can get better on this. Or my body fat was here and it went here. Or I've gained X amount of muscle. Whatever it might be, those are really important to us. So for right now, we're at home and we're trying to see what can we do with limited equipment. So this time we're gonna do a challenge for 7 exercises. It's gonna be 90 seconds on and then 90 seconds off. So if you guys wanna download an app like Flex Timer's free, you guys can go through or you can just look at the clock and we're gonna roll through. You're gonna count your reps, right? So you're gonna count all your reps up and at the end we'll have a total score. Now, it's just you versus you, right? So you guys wanna make sure that you're producing the best score that you can here in the beginning, right? And then we'll test ourselves at the end. Don't get caught so much in your total number right now, right? We're just trying to see if it gets better. And then the other thing too is like you doing bullshit reps or you guys jumping around and flopping around like a fish and not doing the exercise correctly really doesn't serve anybody. It just gives you a different or a better score. But that's only how we're gonna measure you is more so important about it. How hard you're working, one, so that's gonna be how many reps, but also what kind of quality of reps that you're doing. All right, so 7 exercises, 90 seconds on, 90 seconds off, all right? And then the last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add our age, so we're gonna be able to scale it based on your age. So if I did, let's say somebody's 30 years old, if they did 200 reps and they would just add 30, their total score is gonna be 2. All right, exercise number 1, reverse lunges, and we're gonna use either a pad or a towel. So you guys will step in front, right? You want to make sure that your front leg stays almost parallel. You're driving back with that back leg, keeping your heel down. So all we're going to do is step, drop that leg, and then alternate from one side to the other side. You can take your hands, they can be on your hips. You can pray if you want to, right? Just stepping back and forth, counting how many reps you guys get for the entire 90 seconds. Then you'll rest for 90 seconds. The next one we're going to do, again, you guys can use that same towel that you have rolled up on the floor. Or if you have a band at home, you guys can grab a band. That'll be completely fine. It doesn't really matter how heavy it is, just because we're gonna be going right up front. We're gonna do a Superman row. So we're gonna be laying prone or laying down on the ground with our belly on the ground. What you're gonna do is, we're gonna extend out, we're gonna lift up, you're gonna do full extension, touch your chest, full extension, touch your chest, full extension, touch your chest, full extension, going back and forth for the entire 90 seconds. Again, don't bullshit it. Make sure that you're going all the way out and all the way back in, counting your reps, then rest for 90 seconds. The next one's gonna be a squat to parallel, right? So we're not gonna be a hunched over person. We're gonna stand all the way up, all the way down. You guys can find a chair. For some of you guys are shorter, you can touch to either a medicine ball or something really, really low. If you don't have anything, you can just squat in space, just making sure you're hitting the same place over and over again. All right, so I'm just gonna drop down, you come right back up, drop down, come right back up. Make sure that you stand all the way up. So you don't wanna look like this as you're going for the entire 90 seconds. You'll rest. After the rest of 90 seconds, we're gonna go into a push-up. So a couple different things on push-ups. If you have a bench, next one is gonna be the push-up. So with the push-up, as you guys know here, right, we don't want to hump the ground or peck the earth with it. Make sure you squeeze your abs and squeeze your butt as you go all the way down. So the first one would be to do an elevated push-up. So if you have that chair, you guys can certainly go here, squeeze everything nice and tight. You're just down and right back up, okay? If you're not doing it there, you can go off of your knees. Obviously prefer you to do it off the chair, but if you need to go off your knees, that's completely fine as well. So you're just here and right up, or the full variation there and right up. Now, if you can do a full push-up, even if it's just a few, that's fine. We'd rather you do the hardest version you can. Again, not trying to get that total rep number because it really doesn't matter. Because if we're comparing somebody who's doing a full push-up versus off the bench, obviously it's not fair and it doesn't really matter because it's you versus you, right? So just making sure you're getting the best version that you can for yourself so that we can measure from the beginning to the end, okay? That's gonna be the next one. The following one is gonna be a full sit-up. So on a full sit-up, if you wanna put something underneath your feet, you can. What we're doing on this one is your feet are gonna be bent, your hands are gonna cross, your elbows are gonna come all the way up, elbows are gonna touch your knees, shoulder blades touch the ground. Elbows to knees, shoulder blades touch the ground, all the way up and all the way down for the entire 90 seconds. We'll rest. So the next one we're gonna do is gonna be a no impact burpee. So the thing is with burpees, if you're jumping back, putting a lot of pressure on your back, we'll do a little bit different version of that no impact burpee, meaning that our hands are gonna go flat on the ground. We're gonna step our legs back. You can step them back as fast as you want, right? And then we're going to add a little touch on the top. So no impact burpee just looks like this. You're dropping down, step back, step up, little clap. Drop back, forward, little hop. So just clap your hands over top, feet step all the way back so you're completely flat, and then you step forward. Rest for 90 seconds, and then the last one is the one that tends to get messed up a little bit, but we'll do our best. I know our community won't mess it up. Right, so with this one, we're just gonna do a toe touch, or probably more of a shin touch. As we shoot our hips back, we're gonna load our hamstring, load those glutes, going all the way back and all the way forward, flat back, shoulder blades back. So I'm just gonna touch overhead, touch, overhead, touch, overhead, making sure that it's not looking like that, right? So you shoot those hips back, flat lower back, knees are just slightly bent, right? You're not bending them forward each time. All we're doing is loading those hamstrings and then coming overhead. Okay, so you'll count those reps. So 7 exercises, get a piece of paper, get a whiteboard, get what you gotta get. 90 seconds of work, 90 seconds of rest, then you're gonna add your age in. Make sure that you total every single thing up so that we know if we're improving or not. Be on the lookout, because we're gonna be coming after all of you guys to figure out what your score was. Again, it doesn't matter what our score is relative to somebody else, just what can we do? Do we practice good form? Do we bust our ass for the entire 90 seconds, rest for 90 seconds, and jump right back into it? Good luck, guys. We're looking forward to seeing what you got.